Hello everybody and welcome back to the Reign of Spades YouTube channel. Today you join me playing a brand new game that's in early access called Sworn. Now I'm playing this game because it was suggested off of Steam itself saying that it is similar to Barony. I'm going to be doing a single player run today. Don't worry too much about these people. They're how you upgrade between runs. I did a couple of runs ahead of time just to learn what I was doing. We're gonna try this new character. I just unlocked them. They seem to be like a little wizard guy, and I really do like playing wizards. So let's go down. There's a bunch of different Fey gods, which are, from my understanding, loosely inspired off of like real mythology, which I appreciate. Uh, it's kind of a mix of like a Souls-like and a Barony though, which is very interesting. You have like your little dodge attack, your little light attacks, and heavy. These aren't as heat-seeking as I would like. Uh, Health stays the same between levels, and then at the end you fight some huge guy. Oh, I do not like the dodge on this one. Gotta retime it. Anyways, so yeah, you'll see. You usually get like little Fey blessings in different things at the end, like gold to spend in shops. Everything stays with you, except for blessings and except for gold. Gold you lose between runs. It's like a roguelite in that regard. Different gemstones, grail water, and things of that nature you also lose between, or you don't lose between runs. You keep, actually, which is pretty nice. These blessings you learn about them between runs. Like the Fisher King, the man you saw next to the weirdly seductive water spirit, uh, is in fact, oh yeah. The heat seekings on these are annoying. Sorry. Oh, I should not talk and try to dodge at the same time. Bad juju juice, historically. But yeah, it's based off of Arthurian legends, to my understanding. You should, if you find this interesting, go download the demo for yourself and wishlist it on Steam. It really does help the developers. Now, I'm not like sponsored or anything, I should say that. It's just I found this game interesting and wanted to do a little review of it / show it off to the world. Oh boy. Pardon the background noise. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about when I said fairy embers, grail water, and other items like that you keep between runs. That's how you upgrade your weapons, your heroes, and things of that nature. I'm I was confident until I took that stupid hit for this. There are ways to heal. There's like a little man who will be like, "Oh ho ho, we'll complete my silly little challenge, and I shall grant you health or crystals." Yeah, so crystals can grant you things like permanent benefit. Because previously, health just stayed the same between rounds. Uh, there was no way of getting it back other than that weird little man who does like they're not riddles. They'll just like kill enemies 9 times out of 10. Like kill enemy challenges, and the quicker you kill them, the more health / reward you get. But he was the only way to get it. As you see, I restore 2 health at the beginning of every round, and you wouldn't know it, but my basic attacks do slightly more damage. Uh, it seems every big skill requires an emerald, which to my understanding you have to beat the little mini boss guy to get. Let's go for the Mother of Banshees. Sure, we'll get a little boo ghost, a little friend. So now we have a little companion. Anyways, you're allowed to have one of each of these skills. So a light attack, a heavy attack, a dash attack, a spell, and a friend, as you can see. Is this something I can interact with? No. Uh, yeah, so you just continue doing this. Kind of the typical Souls-like, or not Souls-like, rogue-like experience here, where you go through semi-repetitive rooms to get more and more buffs as the challenge slowly increases. Pretty standardized. It has multiplayer in a similar way to Barony, to my understanding as well, which is probably why Steam suggested it to me. I've really enjoyed it, honestly. I was a little frustrating at first, but then again, I'm the type of guy who always skips tutorials as soon as I learn what the controls are, so I didn't learn the controls too good. So it was really my own fault for not being that intuitive. You can trigger traps to hurt enemies, which I find very interesting, but it's kind of a double-edged sword because you can end up getting caught in them. Those bomb ones particularly are threatening because they do a ton of damage. Oh, yeah, no, I got stuck in the... that was really dumb. Really dumb. Okay. But yeah, like I said, it's been a fun experience so far. I have yet to beat a boss. All of these special little... We'll do this again. Take less damage from all enemies seems really... Greater Banshee. Oh, he's just big now. He's a big boo. I see. Yeah, so crystals are like for unlocking characters and new spells and abilities, whereas Grail Water is for unlocking the perks. There's like a constellation tree that I'll show you at the end of this run. I'll probably run through this run and then another run, because I doubt I'm beating the boss on this, but every boss-based skill, like everything that costs an emerald, you get an emerald for beating a boss. I messed that up. But yeah, every boss-based skill, you end up getting an emerald. They also seem to have the ability of a choice. So everything else is like really simple stuff, like, oh, increases basic attacks by 5%, increases your character's move speed by 10%, so on and so forth. Basic stuff. But then there's like bigger skills that cost you an emerald on both the weapons and the like big constellation. I don't know how much is it. I like the demo seems really well done, honestly. Like as far as demos go, you're getting a lot for free. You're really not losing anything by going and downloading it. So I would really suggest going and showing the developer some love. It's not very often that you can get something like that in today's gaming market. Like in modernly, it's usually something crazy. Oh, we're in an event. Kill enemies to earn gold. I see. But yeah, no, it's not very often anymore you get things like that where you're getting a lot of the game for free in like a beta demo. It's so go wishlist the game. It helps the developers. It shows them some love. It shows them that people have interest in the game, and that's very big, very good. So as I said, you're losing nothing going and playing it. Might as well. If this seems at all interesting to you, even if you're only gonna do 1 or 2 runs, or try to do like the friend, a single run with your friends, you know. Oh yeah, there goes my life. Well, anyways, you can get the typical Souls Light, or not. Is that the correct term? Someone let me know in the comments. Because I know there's a difference between like Souls Light and God, brain hurty. What does revive? I have not found a way to revive myself yet in the level, so we'll see. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying emeralds. You get like the choice of deal more the curses the more you have. The fountain after boss fights will also remove curse effects, so on and so forth. So you get different options. I've already wishlisted the game. I don't know why it says, but yeah, read this. There's still more fight in this demo if you're up for the challenge. If you've enjoyed the experience so far, please consider adding our game on your Steam wishlist. The support is immensely valuable and it enables us to create even more exciting content. Okay. I'll leave that up just so people in the like chat know. I will be doing this man next. I've been messing around with him, and I actually quite enjoy him. We'll do blade lunge and bow. I don't actually like the bow that much, but like, we'll see. I like the sword primarily more. Numi VTuber? Not really. I at my own likes so often in like these videos. Perfect shots are like charge attacks. We'll do that because everything else I'm stuck at the emerald where I can't actually unlock it until you get the prerequisite skill. Like all of them. I don't actually like the Rook character very much, I must admit, because I'm not big on the whole big character, lots of health, slow moving, heavy damage situation. Merlin is another way you can talk about uh, to the constellations and unlock more, FYI. And this is the Fisher King I was talking about. Perhaps there's a way to get uh, like blessings between rounds or runs. I don't think so, but yeah, it shows you all the ones I've had. I couldn't really tell you what my favorite is. If you beat Squire, you get Knight, so on and so forth. Like I said, I don't know how much is actually in the demo. So, let's hopefully beat a boss and see how that goes. Get an emerald for one. Ooh, this is nice, because we get some crystals, we get some money. I think that gives us health back, actually. Ouch. Let's hope it does. Yeah, the longer you hold back the charge, the more damage you do. Does this give? It does give us health. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that. And so it seems to be heavily RNG based. Like it's very much skill based in terms of enemies and learning their attack patterns and things, timing dodges. But the actual like layout, like you saw last time we got a Fey blessing every round. That's the only time I've seen that. Sometimes it's like money but no shops. Uh, typical roguelite. I know that roguelite is we'll do the Frozen Witch this time. Chill is nice. I like chill. But yeah, I know that Rogue Light is a game like this where you get access to certain resources that stay between rounds, but half of your character build is lost between runs. I'm aware of that. But then, I must finish the room before you talk to me. Okay, Mr. Guy. But yeah, I don't know if it's fair to call this a Souls-like. I don't know. I'm not that educated on that topic. But, like I said, I really do appreciate little games like this. It makes it so other developers kind of have to put more love into whatever they're doing, which isn't like, which is to say, it's like little labors of love like this where people are willing to like show off their work, uh, is very big, at least to me. Because it's like the whole debacle that happened when Baldur's Gate got released. We've been starting a series up on that, me, Toby, and King. My beloved Fornicator. But, -7 negates the first two hits in each. That's crazy. No, because, like, my health is crap now, but the first two fuck-ups I have are just totally negated. Anyways, once again, apologies. I always get sidetracked in these videos, especially when I'm trying to do a solid review. It's... Oh, I can't afford any of this. How sad. Well, thank you, Mr. Person. But yeah, little games like this are little labors of love that have a lot of actual, like, heart in them, but then not only just the heart, people willing to, like, show off. It kind of... there goes the one. That's unfortunate. Yeah, those bombs do like 200. It's crazy. But it kind of does a thing where it forces bigger developers to actually put more effort into their games and like not charge a bajillion dollars. Because if games like these exist, then like AAA companies actually have to put in the effort. It's like I said, the whole Baldur's Gate situation where like there's so much love and effort put into that game, whereas most modern RPGs are just like oh, there's a boss or whatever. And then there's like 7 different ways to fight the same boss at the end, and then only like 2 different endings. You know, it's rare to find that Baldur's Gate, that New Vegas in modern RPGs. And then other games, in my opinion, which I know is kind of a controversial opinion, other games also other games also have a like similar premise. You know, it's like this game, giant, well beloved games cost a bajillion dollars, and a lot of like just don't have the effort put into them. Of small games like this, because a lot of like the market's greedy because they've been able to get away with it for so many years. So even like a lot of like beloved AAA game franchises end up being like just cash grabs at a lot of the time. And so the fact that they're willing to give so much out in a free demo really speaks volumes to me, like I said. And you know, I'm not saying that this is like on par with Baldur's Gate, or that it's gonna have a like the same effect on the market or anything like that, or that like all AAA games are bad or something like that. My opinions aren't that controversial, but no, I'm just saying it's like I appreciate little things like this, where it's like people are willing. Oh, I have to do this apparently. Sure, Lug. Heavy strike is stronger and can crit hit, 15% chance to deal. Enemies drop money is pretty nice, but I don't know how much longer I'm gonna live, so yeah, let's hit it with a crit chance. What the heck? Well, I don't got. Oh wait, this is you kill enemies in a certain amount of time and you can get the money. I like money. Uh, but yeah, like I said, you know, like I said, it's not the crazy controversial opinion, but it's just like I appreciate games like this, companies that are willing to give so much back to their fans, even if they're not huge, you know, because it's like, you know, not every game needs a million branching options, uh, and 12 different endings and things like that, but like I said, just little things like, are no, they're not for me anyways. Little labors of love. That gives me extra health, but I think that is also reduced by the curse. So I think I'd rather just stay one tap and be able to avoid 2 mistakes. Because I would say on average, I probably only actually. Also, I know I drank. I mean, right there. You see, I'm sure you probably heard it. I had a power outage recently, and somehow that messed with my microphone settings. I was just made aware of this yesterday, so I'm going to, after this video, which will probably date this video, work on fixing that. I don't necessarily know how to, because I don't know how the mistake got made, or the what happened. To be honest with you, like I said, it's just the power went out one time, and now some of the mic settings are different. But I can't see them like being different whenever I've looked at the setup, so we'll see. I'll look into it. If anybody has suggestions, let me know in the comments there too. You know, no crit hit. Ooh. The enemies sometimes seem smart and sometimes really don't. Sometimes they just, well, yeah, do that and kill themselves on the traps. And other times they do like the whole dodge and weave that you saw. What ability should I get? I want another freeze. Freeze is really good. When 5 stacks of cheery freeze, I think that this is probably the correct answer. Actually, that's... We'll do this and hope we get... Because chill on its own is nice, but not god tier. Fairy Ember or Grail Water? Sure, let's hit Grail Water. I really want another Fey Blessing to hopefully get this thing where you summon where you get 5 stacks of chill and it does damage over time. That'd be nice. Oh. Okay, I didn't expect that to hit me. That's dumb mistake on my part. Okay, they both go dead. If if Elden Ring wasn't so expensive, I would do a whole thing on it. I actually quite like games like this with like the whole dodging and learning and mechanics. I I don't particularly love Dark Souls. Uh I like okay. I have we once again, apparently we're hitting all my controversial gaming opinions this episode. But I like Dark Souls 2. And I like the story to some extent. Like I like the sort of dark fantasy. And I mean, if you've ever seen me DM, like you know I like the whole dark fantasy aspect. But I don't know. I just never could get into Dark Souls. And it's not the fact that it's unforgiving. I've played like little pixel games and things of that are like just as unforgiving. I don't necessarily care about that aspect of like, ooh, we're going right into the boss. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm one tap. I might be able to live 3 hits at maximum. Okay, I've gone to the boss before, but I've never actually beaten one. So I know this one's attack patterns loosely. He does the whole jump, and then he does like a whole little that attack. He summons a bunch of goobers. Ooh. Okay, that dodge was bad. Ah. Whoa. I've yet to be hit, which is kind of impressive. For me, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. It's not the fact that it's, like, unforgiving. I think it's, like, the build system, to be honest with you. I just think it's not my... Oh, we're fucked. It's Jova. It's Jova. I made my first mistake, and that is my last mistake. He hit me, then I think one of the little worms hit me. And then that got rid of my 2 bonus attacks. Or my 2 bonus eating attacks. Ooh. Yeah, because 1 worm hit and I'm toast. So I kind of got to be a little careful. Ooh. Yep. Worm. Ah, dang. That worm got me. But yeah. I'm having fun. I'll probably do the thing where I speed the video up by like 5%. That way you don't have to listen to as much of my ramblings. Let's unlock a new constellation. Increase movement speed sounds good. Increase movement speed sounds good. Increase movement speed. Okay. Gain 1 dash charge. Or 1... Oh, 1 spell charge. That's nice, actually. I quite enjoy that. God, I sound like such a geek, being like, oh, I quite enjoy that, teehee. Perhaps I'd like a, pip of blah 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 blah. Ooh, treasure. So that kind of takes the RNG out of it to some extent. That's actually very interesting. I show this every time. I left this on specifically to be like, gosh, you know what to do. You know what? Let's try this creature again. The Spectre. Well, like I said, the Vigilante. Actually, no, screw it. Let's do the short sword. I feel the most confident with the short sword, even though it's not quite as upgraded as like the bow, or upgradable as the bow for that matter. But I do like just the basic sword. Especially the all-around spin is very nice. So, you know what? I'm confident, so forgive me if I don't talk that much. This time, I'm going to focus on winning. I get hit immediately. That's very on par with me. I get hit immediately. Okay. typical Rise shenaniganry. Maybe I should have done the sword. Maybe that was what... Ooh, I've never gotten this creature before. Backstab? Spells can backstab. Leave a shade. Okay, I like the idea of having a little friend. Ooh, that's good, because that means my dodge actually functions as an attack, too. So, maybe if I can get, like, some... I'm sure I can do some interesting things with that. You know, I'm gonna have to win my honor back. I can't get hit this run. Or not this run, but this room, specifically. Have that been my Omega? When I was playing this game, I was showing it to King and being like, oh, hey, you should download the demo. So maybe look forward to that. But, no, I was telling her, like, look at this. And then I just kept screaming, have that been my Omega? You do not want me to be the knight to save you, because I would just be saying random crap like that the whole time. I'd be like, oh, yes, have you be fouled my honor. I don't want a sword in the stone. That, like, does the temporary weapon upgrades, which can be very, very helpful. A lot of them come with, like, downsides, like you saw. Like, you do less damage, but you shoot extra bow attacks. Oh, that did not... That was almost bad. Ooh. Oh, wow, that was honestly... a little silly. A little silly. With how much I've struggled in the previous rooms, it feels good to have just that simple room. But also, those worms did end my my life. Since I always at my likes anyways, you know what, I might as well say, I'm hugely inspired by, like, for the webcomic that me and Kingathy are working on. It is, at least the lore tidbits I want to do, because it's, ow, he just shot me and himself. At least, ooh, that's very nice. But anyways, no. At least in terms of, like, there's no way I have enough money for anything in the shop. But, at least in terms of, like, silly little lore tidbits I want to do for, like, teasers for it, I'm really hugely inspired by, like, Based Binky. I love their world building, and even though they're very, like, I keep telling King, like, even though we're going pretty slow at it, I'm inspired by people like Based Binky, because, like, the world building of Chivalry Starved is just, like, amazing. I'm really hugely inspired by it. Even though, like, the webcomic, I know they just started, like, I'm not sure what to call, like, a rebrand, or, like, like... It's not a rebrand. It's they kind of, like, restarted, like, a renewal. That still doesn't sound right either. But they started a renewal and it's pretty slow coming. They post out just, like, a lot of little, like, lore tidbits all the time, and I'm like, that's all we gotta do. I mean, you know, that's all we gotta do, really. We obviously gotta do more, you know, like, the writing's super important, and I'm not trying to, like, compare the work or anything. I'm just saying it's like, whatever you're working on, just do it a little bit at a time. It's important not to stress yourself out about getting too much done. Because, you know, deadlines are important, and obviously you need to, like, work hard on whatever you're working on. But especially in, like, little labors of love and things of that nature. If you want to put a webcomic out, you know, I'm sure someone will read it. You know? There's a lot of interesting things people write down. And the way to start writing, realistically, is to just, you know, like, get a pen and paper and do it. And you might as well post it. Worst comes to worst, you get free feedback, even if it's not necessarily the exact thing you wanted to hear. Let's get Hand of Fate again. Explode and damage all enemies when you hit an Immolation on yourself deals heavy damage to in an area over time. Immolation damage 3. Okay. You know what? Yeah, here, let's do this, because then we have, like, the silly, double up. Sure, I would like health, please. That would be quite nice. It'll be very embarrassing if I get hit while trying to re-earn my health. But yeah, you know, it's like, you're not always gonna first succeed, but you shouldn't really give up with it. Just post a little bit at a time. You don't have to post like a whole chapter a week. You know, like that's a problem with a lot of Japanese media, you know, being horribly overworked, which, you know, isn't always horrible, but oh, recover 1 HP on kill. That's really questionable, because if we fight that weird basilisk thing again, that would actually be really good. I'm gonna risk it. I risk it for the biscuit. Sure. Because if we fight the weird basilisk again, he summons guys. And that's, we're not fighting the basilisk again. We might be cooked, boys. I don't know if he has summons. Can I kill your orb, sir? No. How sad. Ah. Oh, he does summon guys. Haha. I appreciate your sacrifice. Ow, my health. Okay, that's fine. Summon guys now? Not summon guys now. I see. Summon guys now. Haha. But yeah, now then back to the chivalry stopped rant. I just love the like Flame character being like the stereotypical chivalrous knight or whatever, and saying random crap like, "Oh, Hametli, vile beggar. You have befouled this town with your evil for too long," or things of that nature. If I was going to, like, do the whole... There's, like, a whole fandom of, like, different, like, stories of people who have made characters in the setting, which I, like, find really interesting. Like, that's how you know you have good world building. If people want to, like, play and be in the setting. That's how you know you have, like, good world building. Honestly, I can only dream of having world building that good. But, Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ah. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of health, but then I also just got shot in the head, which is not appreciative. I'm on 4 HP, but he's not much better. I died on... If I had swung a second quicker. Gosh darn it. But no, that's how you know you have great world building. If you have people who want to, like, play in it, or, like, be in it in that regard. It's very, very interesting. But no, that's what I would do. If I was part of, like, that whole, like, fandom project, honestly, that would be my whole character. It'd just be, like, some random knight who's like, "Be gone, foul knave! Ho, ho, ho!" I want to get the scythe. Let's see how long we've been filming for. 35 minutes. You know what? I think this is a good end. I'll do one more run off camera to try to get enough for the scythe. And then we'll start next episode, hopefully with the scythe.